At the far edge of known space, where trade lanes faded into silence, an alien patrol fleet drifted on low power. The stars here were old and dim. Nothing important ever passed through this region. That was why the sensor's alarm surprised everyone. A single object floated. A head dot. It was large, long, scarred. The shape matched no known alien design. Its hull looked burned and repaired many times, like it had survived battles it should not have survived. Faint lights ran along its sides, slow and steady, like a sleeping creature breathing in the dark. The alien commander, Varric, studied the projection with calm interest. His species had ruled this sector for centuries. He felt no fear. "Identify," he ordered. The sensor officer shook his head. "No active weapons. No shield flare. Power output is low. It looks abandoned." A murmur passed through the bridge. A drifting wreck meant salvage. Salvage meant profit. Then the computer finished its first comparison. Human origin. The AI announced. The room went quiet. Varric's eyes narrowed. Humans. The name carried weight, even now. Long ago, the Galactic Council had issued warnings about them. Not because humans were strong at first, but because of what they became when cornered. Varric dismissed the thought with a flick of his claw. "Those reports are outdated," he said. "Humans are scattered. Their fleets are gone. This ship is a relic." An officer hesitated. "Commander, Council protocol suggests caution." "Human vessels," Varric cut him off. "We will not attack. We will scan. Knowledge is not a crime." The order was given. A deep scan beam reached out and touched the human warship. At first, nothing happened. Data began to flow in slow, clean lines. Hull density. Internal mass. Power routing. The ship looked old, but its structure was strange. Too dense in places. Too layered. "Commander," the scientist said quietly, "there are internal sections we cannot read." Varric frowned. "Explain." "They are shielded from the inside. Not like cargo bays. Vaults." The scan pushed deeper. New data appeared. Weapon signatures. Not active, but present. Many of them. Too many for a ship this size. "These are not standard guns," another officer said. "Some of these designs do not match known physics." The bridge lights flickered. A low tone echoed through the ship, coming from the scanners themselves. The data stream began to shake. Symbols blurring and correcting again. "Stabilize the scan," Varric ordered. The beam intensified. That was when the human ship reacted. A single light ignited along its hull. Then another. Then dozens. Power surged through ancient systems that had been sleeping for a very long time. "No weapon locks detected," the AI reported. "But internal systems are activating." The scan suddenly stopped feeding information. Instead, something else appeared. A return signal. Not a message. Not words. Just raw data, sent back along the scan beam. It flooded the alien systems faster than their filters could block it. Images flashed. Across the screens. Battles. Burning worlds. Human ships fighting alone against impossible odds. Fleets dying, not retreating. Weapons fired at point-blank range. Human crews standing their ground even as their hulls broke apart. The images ended. The bridge fell silent, and a simple status line appeared on every screen. Written in clear, translated text, scan detected, system awake. Varric felt something he had not felt in many cycles. That fear, that the human warship did not aim its weapons. It did not raise shields. It did not move, that it simply stayed there, fully awake now. Like a predator that had opened one eye. Varric understood the truth. Too late. This ship had not been lost. It had been waiting. And by scanning it, they had just told it exactly where they were. Asterisk. The alien bridge remained silent, long after the scan ended. No one spoke. No one moved. The human warship still floated ahead, calm and motionless, its lights steady and awake. Commander Varric forced himself to breathe slowly. Fear was dangerous. Fear led to mistakes. "Status," he said at last. The ship AI responded first. "No hostile targeting detected. Human vessel is observing only." Observing. That single word made the air feel heavy. Varric turned to the science team. "Recover what you can from the scan. I want answers." The scientists obeyed, though their movements were stiff. The return data was incomplete, damaged by the sudden feedback, but fragments remained. Enough to form a picture. A very bad picture. "The internal layout is wrong," the lead scientist said. "This ship breaks our standard design logic." "How?" Varric asked. "It has redundancy on top of redundancy. Systems backed by other systems that serve no purpose except survival. Even life support has combat priority. Screens filled with diagrams. Thick internal walls. Sealed corridors. Entire sections designed to be cut off and sacrificed without killing the rest of the ship. This is not a patrol ship," the scientist continued. "It is not an exploration vessel either." "And what is it?" Varric demanded. The scientist hesitated. "It is a warship built to fight while dying." Silence returned. Another officer stepped forward. "Commander, we found something else. Memory fragments." Varric nodded once. "Show me." The screen changed. Logs appeared. Old, damaged. Human language translated in rough lines. Not orders. Not commands. Personal records. A human voice, calm but tired, filled the bridge speakers. Day 300. Enemy fleets still incoming. We are alone now. The image shifted. A human crew stood at battle stations. Faces marked by exhaustion, not fear. Another voice followed. We are not retreating. There is nowhere left to retreat to. The log cut to static. An alien officer whispered. They knew they would not survive. No, the scientist said softly. They knew they might not. But they stayed anyway. More data emerged. Weapon systems that grew stronger as the ship took damage. Reactors designed to overload safely, then reroute power directly into weapons. Hull plating that absorbed energy from impacts and converted it into reserve charge. This ship learns from pain, the scientist said. The more it is attacked, the more dangerous it becomes. Varric's grip tightened on the command rail. And this ship is still active, he said. Yes, the AI confirmed. Minimal crew signatures detected. Possibly automated control. Possibly something else. The word something was left undefined. Suddenly, a new alert sounded. Commander, the sensor officer said, the human ship is mapping us. Varric stiffened. We are not attacking. Their systems do not care, the officer replied. They are recording shield patterns, engine output, weapon charge rates. The realization hit hard. The scan had gone both ways. Varric raised his voice. Open a channel, now. The communications officer hesitated. Commander, the human ship is not responding to standard hails. A pause. Then a narrowband signal appeared. Simple, clean, directed only at the command deck. The message displayed in plain text. You initiated contact. Data exchange complete. Varric felt cold. This was a mistake, one officer said quietly. Yes, Varric replied. A historic one. He looked at the human warship again. It still had not moved. No threats. No warnings. Just presence. That frightened him more than weapons ever could. Because it meant the humans did not feel the need to rush. They already knew the outcome. And now, so did the aliens. Asterisk, the human warship shifted position. It was a small movement, almost polite, but every alien on the bridge felt it. The ship rotated just enough to face the patrol fleet directly. No weapons powered up. No shields flared. Still, the message was clear. It was aware of them. Completely. Commander Varric stood frozen as new data rolled across the screens. The human vessel was no longer just observing. It was analyzing. Every engine pulse, every shield fluctuation, every nervous adjustment made by the alien fleet was being recorded and sorted. This is not random, the sensor officer said. It is building models, predicting us. Varric nodded slowly. It already knows how we fight. Before anyone could reply, the communications console chimed. Commander, the officer said, voice tight, we have an incoming signal. Not a hail. Direct transmission. Put it through, Varric said. The lights on the bridge dimmed as power rerouted. Then a voice filled the room. Not loud, not emotional. Calm and steady. Alien patrol fleet, the voice said. This is autonomous human warship Resolute. Your scan has been registered as a threat-level inquiry. No anger. No threat. Just fact. Varric stepped forward. We did not intend hostility. The scan was for identification only. There was a pause. Long enough to feel deliberate. Intent is noted, the voice replied. Outcome remains unchanged. Several officers exchanged uneasy looks. What outcome? Varric asked. Your fleet has been assessed, the ship answered. Probability of your survival in a hostile exchange. Low. The words landed like weight on the chest. Varric swallowed. Are you threatening us? No, the ship said. I am informing you. Data surged across the alien displays. Visual projections appeared without permission. Simulations. Hundreds of them. Each one showed the patrol fleet attempting different attack patterns. Each one ended the same way. Silence. This ship is not simulating victory, the science officer whispered. It is simulating efficiency. The human warship continued, its tone unchanged. This vessel was constructed during humanity's extinction phase. Strategic goal: delay superior forces. Secondary goal: ensure enemy forces do not recover. The bridge felt suddenly very small. You are alone, Varric said. There is only one of you. Incorrect, the warship replied. There is one of me here. That answer chilled them all. The ship's lights brightened slightly, then dimmed again, like a slow breath. I have no directive to pursue you, the warship said. I have no directive to destroy you. Relief flickered through the bridge. But, the voice continued, continued proximity increases risk. Varric understood. This was not mercy. This was calculation. We are withdrawing, he said quickly. Immediately. The warship did not respond. As the alien fleet began to turn, a sudden spike appeared on the sensors. Not a weapon charge. Not an engine surge. A partial system activation. One of the human. Ship's weapons powered on for less than a second. The energy reading shattered every known scale the aliens had. Then it shut down. No. Shot was fired. No damage was done. Message was complete. The alien fleet did not wait for orders. Engines flared as they pulled back at maximum safe speed, retreating from the silent warship that had shown them just enough of its strength. Behind them, the human ship remained still, watching. Waiting. Because it did not need to chase prey that had already learned fear. Asterisk, the alien fleet did not slow down until the human warship was far behind them, reduced to a small point of light among the stars. Even then, no one spoke. Engines hummed at retreat speed, and the bridge felt heavier than before, filled with unspoken thoughts. Commander Varric finally gave the order to stand down from emergency posture. It did not calm anyone. What we saw today, he said quietly, does not leave this ship. No one argued. The data they carried was dangerous. Not because it was secret, but because it changed everything they believed. The science team began compiling a report for the Galactic Council. They removed emotional language. They removed speculation. They said only facts. The facts were terrifying enough. The human warship had not chased them. It had not threatened them with violence. It had done something far worse. It had shown restraint. As the fleet traveled back towards civilized space, the scientists reviewed the fragments one last time. Buried deep in the scan data was a final discovery they had missed before. A network. The human warship was not isolated. It was part of a silent system. Long-range communication nodes, dark and hidden, scattered across empty regions of space. They were dormant, watching, waiting for specific conditions, waiting for scans, waiting for contact. This ship is a warning, the lead scientist said softly. Not a weapon. Varric nodded. A warning to whom? To everyone. When the fleet finally reached Council space, their arrival caused confusion. They requested an emergency session. Priority level absolute. The council chamber filled quickly. Elders from dozens of species gathered, curious and irritated. Patrol fleets did not call. Emergency sessions without reason. Varric stood alone at the center of the chamber. You violated no borders, one elder said. You report no attack. Why are we here? Varric activated the display. Images filled the chamber. The human warship. The scan feedback. The simulations. The single moment when one weapon had powered up and then shut down. Silence spread as the council watched. They could have destroyed us, Varric said. They chose not to. A low murmur passed through the chamber. Why? Another elder asked. Because they did not need to, Varric replied. They wanted us to see. The science report followed. The layered hulls. The pain-powered systems. The extinction-era design philosophy. One elder leaned forward slowly. You are saying this ship was built when humanity believed it would lose? Yes, Varric said. And they built it anyway. The chamber grew colder. Humans are not preparing for war, Varric continued. They are preparing for survival. And they are very good at it. The council debated for hours. Some argued humans were still scattered and weak. Others argued that weakness made them more dangerous, not less. In the end, a decision was reached. New laws were written into galactic record. Human vessels were placed under highest caution status. Deep scans were forbidden. Provocation was forbidden. Observation only, from distance. The official reason was simple. Risk unacceptable. As the session ended, Varric remained behind, staring at the last frozen image of the human warship on the screen. It looked quiet, still, almost